Hey everybody, my name's Ben and welcome to my top 10 new features for PUBG console. We've had a ton of new content drop lately on Xbox and PlayStation, and I wanted to take a look at some of the best bits of the previous two patches, including some snippets lurking in the patch notes that some of you may have missed. If you have any questions or comments on any of these, please leave a comment below, or better still, come along to one of our daily live streams on Twitch and ask me there. Number 1. ERANGEL 2.0. Let's get this one out of the way. The new remastered version of ERANGEL looks fantastic, as well as bringing several completely rebuilt areas to the map, such as the prison, quarry and mill to power. It also brings in a heap of other small changes to both terrain and structures all around the map, as well as a huge array of new textures on almost every surface in the game. A lot of the big open areas have had extra cover added in to make them more dynamic and interesting places to fight. Some of my favourite examples of these are the runway at Military Base, the plane crash up in the hills above George Pole, and the new structures in the fields just north of Prison. It all looks great and is running surprisingly smoothly, and I can't wait to see which map is next to get remastered. Number 2. Red dot on the Uzi. While seeming like a small change, this one I have absolutely loved. I was a big fan of the Uzi anyway, and now being able to put a red dot on it has made it an absolute blast to play with. Combine that with the new gun skin challenge missions on the Season 4 Survivor Pass, and the Uzi is now one of my favourite guns to run. Number 3. Auto replace attachments. This is one from the July patch that I originally found a bit awkward to get used to, but now is an absolute game changer. If you didn't know, by setting auto replace attachments to on under game settings, your guns will automatically swap attachments when you pick one up off the floor and replace it with one you are carrying. This is super handy for quick gun switching, especially considering how awkward it can be to carry out certain inventory management tasks using a controller. Rather than having to go to your gun, drop all the attachments, pick up the new gun, attach all the attachments again, you now just have to pick up the new gun you want and you're good to go. The other settings for auto equipping items are also pretty handy, but for me it's the auto replace that is the big one. Number 4. Radio message setting. A couple of patches ago, the new radio system feature was introduced, allowing you to use radial commands to talk to your teammates. Whilst having some uses, the system itself did not prove to be hugely popular with many players, who found the old style pinging the compass system more suited to their tastes. Well, thankfully PUBG listened to feedback on this one, and in the latest patch they added the radio message setting to the bottom of the gameplay settings menu, and if you set this to off, then you will revert to the old style pinging the compass with a single click variation. Number 5. Kill distance. This is another feature from the late July patch that I really liked. Whilst a small addition, it was very satisfying and useful to be able to see the range that you killed other players at. It does occasionally go a bit weird and tell you that you just punched a guy to death from 5,000 meters, but otherwise it's a great little feature that I really enjoy having. Number 6. VIKENDI on custom games. Now this is a sneaky one that wasn't even in the patch notes, I think because they actually added it by mistake. PUBG had originally stated that VIKENDI hadn't been added to custom games yet in order to make sure it worked properly when they did add it. But now that it is there, accidentally or otherwise, it seems to run nicely, and we have played a bunch of custom games on it successfully so far, adding some nice variation to our custom game sessions. If you want to join in our custom games, we do them every Friday on twitch.tv/thebeardguys, and everyone is welcome to play. Just come along to the stream and enjoy the fun. Number 7. Ledge grabbing. Another one from the older patch. Ledge grabbing has now been around for a month or so, and people are starting to get the hang of it. Lots of new places on the map are now accessible, and with the release of the new version of ERANGEL, there are now a ton more places to explore. I'm still getting used to remembering that it exists when in combat situations and using it fully to my advantage, but it definitely makes the game feel more dynamic and interesting, and I look forward to seeing some big ledge grab plays in the near future. Number 8. Turning vehicle engines off. This is another feature of the most recent patch, which allows you to press left on the D-pad to turn off your vehicle's engine. That might sound fairly mundane, but it allows you to move vehicles into position whilst making much less noise than before. If you have a bit of downhill or some momentum, you can travel surprisingly far after shutting off the engine, and also surprisingly quietly. Just make sure you use the handbrake to stop, or don't press accelerate again, or the engine will come back on. The changes to how engines turn on and off have also had a nice added side effect of getting rid of the "why the hell won't my UAZ shut up, I got out of it 10 minutes ago" situations that happened so frequently before. Number 9. Loot sorting. Whilst there is some disagreement over the ordering of the new loot sorting system, I think it's certainly an improvement and great to finally see something like this come to console. Having some predictability to the order of the loot in enemy crates makes a huge difference to the time you spend looting, and the more you get used to this new system, the quicker and more efficient you will find your looting. Number 10. Moving whilst medding. Last but by no means least is the new ability to keep walking whilst you take meds. This has a huge effect on gameplay, and I personally feel it is a great change. It takes a bit of getting used to, but being able to walk around and spam crouch without worrying about moving too much and cancelling your med is a great new feature. Combining this with the other new med feature, which makes bandages automatically keep being used once you've used the first one, works really nicely to help you med whilst avoiding staying stationary and vulnerable. So those are my top 10 new features for PUBG Xbox and PS4. Let me know what your favourite or least favourite new features are in the comments down below, or come along to our Twitch stream where we are live every weekday from 1 PM UK time and discuss it there. If you enjoyed this video, please consider clicking the like button down below and subscribing to the channel for lots more PUBG console content. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Ben, we are the Beard Guys, and I'll see you next time.